do there? Thank you. I'm sorry I'm a little late, but I had to go meet my drug dealer.
Well, then now we totally understand.
All right, ready to go.
Absolutely. Let's see. So I just want to throw this one thing out, then I'll jump in with them.
All right.
Okay. What's been the best memory you've taken from this whole incredible career you've had?
Wow. Well, when I was a little kid at 8 years old, I saw this movie called Forbidden Planet. You guys probably saw it on TV or something. Anyway, I saw it in the movie theater, and I was entranced. And I said to myself, what I want is to have a career directing movies. And by God, I got one. So now I'm looking back and I'm saying, I am so happy I made this journey.
Woo. You all are. John, on behalf of myself and this audience, I want to thank you for your talents. I thank you for your professionalism, and thank you for all the wonderful work you've done.
Thank you, man. Thank you, guys. You got any questions?
Oh yeah, we're going right up. Hey, hi, what's your name?
Hey, I'm Morgan. Thank you. I'm nervous, sorry.
Stop it.
So, The Thing is actually my favorite movie.
Huh?
Love that movie. But my question is about Halloween. So, if you wrote Halloween in this day and age, do you think you would have chosen the same type of boogeyman? Because Michael Myers was kind of a killer of an era like Night Stalker, Ted Bundy, Hillside Strangler, David Berkowitz. Do you think the killer would have kind of reflected a different type of killer, like school shooter vibes, kind of?
I hadn't thought of that. You know, I should hire you to write the screenplay for me. No, I wouldn't change a thing. Michael Myers as a killer is neither human nor supernatural. He has no personality. He's blank. His face is blank. And you don't know what's going on in there. And that's the way I wanted to do it. So that's why the unkillable nature of Michael Myers is there. Because he rises to myth even before he leaves the house. So I wanted something to terrify you in a different kind of way, and that's what it was.
Great one to start us off with. Thank you. Hi, what's your name?
Brooke. Okay, so I am not a horror person. My husband is the one who got me into horror. So with thinking about it, John Carpenter is like a household name when it comes to horror. So if you were to say, other than Halloween, what would be an intro into one of your movies that you would say?
Oh, mine? I have no idea. Intro for whom?
For you into horror.
For me? No. Oh,
Yes.
what are you talking about? For me to watch horror movies or?
For somebody who has not, who will not grow
a
up
chicken
watching
shit
horror.
person.
Yes. For somebody whose family did not necessarily say.
Well, I actually now I will say that Halloween doesn't have any gore in it at all. You don't see anything really. So that would probably be a good starting point. Okay,
Thank you. Great question. Like, of course, yes. Hello, what's your name?
I'm Pete. Hey, I'm a paramedic, and these days we use pads to defibrillate people, but for most of my career we use like paddles on the chest.
Right.
And like every time, like literally every time in these incredibly tense moments, my thought is, don't lean too hard. Right? So I have a question though. So you have a sense when you craft a scene like that that's going to stick with somebody, do you know it when you do it, and what makes you believe that it will?
What do I have a sense of what?
When you craft a scene like that that's going to stick with
Craft
somebody,
a scene like
do you know it at a time?
Yeah, no one knows. No one ever knows. Nobody. Not the best director, not the worst director. They don't know. We don't. None of us know. We're just shooting in the dark. So you hope. And plus, in that case, you know that I didn't have a completed scene until way months later, till we're done shooting. There's the special effects. You have to shoot them separately. So I never knew if we were working on it. But you pray. That's what you do. You pray.
That's the same thing I do when I use paddles.
That's right.
Thank you. Hey, what's your name?
Steven, is there one H.P. Lovecraft story you'd want to adapt yourself?
Wow, that's a good one. I tried to get somebody interested in the color out of space just because I thought it was a neat story, but I don't know what that color is that you've never seen before. That I don't know. But I don't know. The fish shadow out of Innsmouth is silly, kind of flopping fish. I don't know. I think probably that would do it. Just take the color out of space.
No, thank you.
Boy, are these lights bright? I can't see you guys out here. Wow.
Hey, what's your name?
Hey, James, good to meet you. I would assume like you and Alan Howarth would go into the studio and just drop out banger after banger for your movie scores, and it was super easy. But was there a score in particular that almost felt not necessarily harder than the movie, but where the music maker side of you really had to come out? Like, did you have to rework it a couple times before you thought it fit the film?
Oh, well, good question. Well, okay, let me put it this way. In the beginning, there was no Alan Howarth. There wasn't a person there. It was just me and the guy who owned the equipment who would program the sounds for me, because we started back in the days when you had to tune up synths, and there weren't modern synths and modern sounds. So as the technology grew, I grew into it. But Alan came along and he knew the technology and he knew the sounds. So he replaced the guy you'd hire to be in the background. Excuse me, I'm not answering your question, am I? No, there's no score that was that tough. Well, yes, what the hell am I saying? Now, there was a fog. I had to redo the whole score. Yeah, I fucked it up the first time. Big. The movie didn't work, so I had to go back and reshoot things and re-edit it, and I had to rescore it. Yeah, oh yeah, that was a big mistake. I crawled away after that one. You got it.
Thank you. Hi, what's your name?
My name's Matt.
What you got?
All right. So, within your lifetime, you've seen Halloween rebooted twice. Once by Rob Zombie and again by David Gordon Green. What do you find the most interesting about these two really different interpretations of your work? And do you think they reflect something important about the time in which they were made?
Well, there was one good one and one horrible one. And no, I don't see. They're just going. David Gordon Green, I like his work a lot. Even though I thought the last movie he made wasn't the greatest, he was trying stuff, you know. And so I'm a big fan of his. Plus, I like doing the music for his movies. So let me leave it at that.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you. Hey, what's your name?
My name's Matt. I already asked Tommy Lee Wallace and Nick Castle this question, but I
Well, they're bums. They're not going to tell you the truth.
Hopefully your answer's different then.
You cannot trust them.
So, any chance of a Coupe de Ville's reunion?
There might be, yes. As a matter of fact, I'm doing a residency this October in Los Angeles, meaning we're going to play for 3 or 4 nights, 5 or 6 nights. We're going to play some new stuff and some old stuff. And there might be, if the Coupes sound like we can carry a tune, we might have a reunion there.
Stay tuned.
You got it. For those of you who don't know, the Coupe de Villes is is a band that I had in college. Excuse me, with 2 of my college friends, and they're both directors. They're both losers. That's what they are.
What's your name?
So no joke, my name is also Matt, 3rd in a row. So my question is, the 80s aesthetic has made a big comeback, especially in the past decade. And obviously
What is the 80s aesthetic? Can you explain it to me?
sonically, visually, just the film grain, using synthesizers, basically.
The film green?
Film grain, people love it.
Grain, oh,
Yeah,
grain.
and the basic analog synthesizers, things like that.
Really?
Have you seen anything that has really impressed you as a worthwhile homage to the aesthetic that you helped create versus, regurgitated cheap imitations, things like that?
I'm not even aware of it, to be honest with you. I don't know. You tell me. Seriously, I don't know.
Hey, you spotted anything good or bad?
Have you heard of Carpenter Brute? They really directly stole your name.
Yeah.
So that's,
Yeah, well. I mean, there's a director I like, Jordan Peele. Do you know who he is? I like his work. I don't know what it is. I just like it. I like the movie.
Oh, fair enough. Thank you.
I'm sorry, I'm pretty stupid, guys. I don't know. I play video games. I watch basketball. What do you want from me?
Hi, what's your name?
Hi, my name is Josh.
Hi, Josh. How you doing, man?
Great, thank you.
Good.
A lot of directors now, they try to copy your style. I think visually...
They do? Seriously, really? You think so?
I don't know. I mean, you're just one of the most famous directors.
Yeah.
I think the one thing they can never come close to is achieving, like, your sound. And the way your movies sound, just like, it's very unique. So kind of, I wanted to ask, kind of related to that, like, how is composing music, how is your process for that changed since you've gone from doing it for your own movies to like releasing it on its own and also for other directors and also?
The process hasn't changed a bit. It's all the same. It's all improv at the moment, with a couple of exceptions. Sometimes I bring in an idea. Now I'm working with my son and godson, which makes it a lot easier because they they bring ideas in. But music is the greatest. It's better than. Unfortunately, I fell in love with movies first, but it's so stressful. I mean, oh God, horrifying. But music makes you want to live forever. I mean, it's unreal. So, what was that question again? What you really want to know now?
How is I guess you already answered.
Process. Look,
exactly.
a lot of the sound in the movie is the sound effects. So you got guys in sound effects who put atmospheres. The sound like in Escape from New York, what the city sounded like underneath the whole movie. You lay it in the whole film. The Thing, what the Arctic sounded like up there. So in a sense, that's the first thing. What's the bed for the music? The bed, the sonic bed, the sound. And we just kind of do it ourselves and pull out along and, start at the beginning, the first image of the movie, turn on the, have it on the screen on the left, turn it on and start playing on the right. That's it.
Thank you.
You got it?
Come on. Hi, what's your name?
My name's John. So
great fucking name, man.
I agree, sir. So last night I watched Into the Mouth of Madness, and I know that you're a huge Mario Bava fan, and while watching the film, I got a lot of strong Mario Bava vibes from it.
You did? Wow.
Yeah, specifically Kill, Baby Kill, and even Black Sabbath. And my question is, for any of your films, were there any specific Mario Bava films that you watched or you look back on when you're doing a scene or like anything scary or whatnot?
No, I tend to look for inspiration from Dario Argento. Are you familiar with him?
Oh yeah.
And he's worked with Mario Bava a couple of times. You got it, man. Excuse me.
Hi, what's your name?
Rachel.
Rachel, what you got?
Nice ink there, Rachel.
I'm sorry?
Nice ink.
Oh, thank you. My question is there a particular movie you would have enjoyed making a sequel to?
Ooh, a sequel?
Yes, a sequel.
Let me think about that. That's a good question. No.
That's good. Thank you. Hi, Brian.
I am a connoisseur of body horror, and I believe I'm standing in the presence of the king of body horror.
Hang on a second. What is body horror? What are you talking about?
body horror. Like,
What is that? Guys,
Lots of squishy, organic meat and teeth and bones and stuff. It's being manipulated.
horror.
It's all horror.
That's all it is. It's
Well,
body horror. I'm not with that. Anyway.
Yeah, my question was, what in particular inspired that scene that the paramedic was talking about with Charles Hallahan's belly splitting open into the toothed mouth?
Well, we wanted to make an impact on the audience.
You sure as hell did.
And that's what we did. It was a combination of Rob Bottin and myself and the artists that were working under Rob, who were designing these sequences. They were storyboarded and designed each shot, so he could build these creatures. And that's a particular favorite scene of mine. I like that scene, especially with the little guy who grows legs and all.
thank you.
You got it.
Thank you. Hi, what's your name?
My name's Matt. I have a question regarding music.
Yeah.
What originally inspired you to write music for film?
Well, desperation, really. It starts as a student. You don't have any money. You make a student film. You need some music, so you have a choice. You can, do needle drops on existing music. Put the Beatles on your movie, or you can go off and record an original soundtrack and put it on your movie. So I chose the latter for some reason, I don't know why. And I just started doing it because there was no money. And then in low budget features, you just still don't have any money. And I found out later that if you do that well and you succeed in low budget features, they don't ever want to give you any more money. So I just got stuck in this world. It's horrible. It's horrible. It's not horrible. It's wonderful.
Cool. Thank you.
You got it.
Hi, what's your name?
Hi, my name is Emily.
Hi, Emily. How you doing?
Hello, I'm good, thank you. I'm an actor, filmmaker, writer, and The Fog means so much to me. It is.
Oh, really?
Yes, I first saw it when I was 13, and I've been obsessed ever since.
Wow, that's nice.
There's so many great, heart-stopping, truly petrifying moments in that film, and my question is, how do you know when it is the right amount of suspense? How long do you draw it out for to finally reveal?
It's all instinct. All directing is instinct, just like acting. It's instinctual. I don't know. I don't know any more than you do. My rule is I try to draw it out as long as humanly possible, because that's what suspense is silence, and then more silence, and then even more silence, and then a breath, and you're waiting for something there. And you don't know. You just never know. You try it out, try it on an audience. If they hate it, you fix it. That's about the secret of it. I'm sorry, I'm a terrible interviewer.
Great, thank you. Come on. Hi, what's your name?
Jonathan. Sorry.
Go ahead.
Okay. I was just wondering your advice for me and people like me who are up-and-coming students of acting, directing, and film.
Choose one. Choose one. Seriously. Choose one. If you want to be an actor, do it full time. It's impossible. If you go for a professional career, you need to commit to one thing or another. If you're an actor, don't try to direct yourself. You're not objective. I don't care what you do. You're just not. And just choose one. What's your passion? What is your passion? That's the question.
Acting.
There you go. Stick with it, dude. Seriously. Stick with it.
All right, thank you.
Don't chill it. You got it.
All right, thank you so much.
Hi, what's your name?
Yes, sir. My name is Howard Armstrong from Charleston, South Carolina. I perform the film industry for our state and for Charleston. I go and try to meet with directors to try to get them to come to our city and take brochures, that kind of thing. But you can't take brochures to try to show them different possible film locations. but you came to Charleston and you continued the franchise with your Halloween movie, and you ended it in the South. Is that true?
Dude, I didn't come there. I didn't come to Charleston. That was not me. I flew in to visit the director. Okay? I didn't direct that.
Have anything to do? You knew Danny McBride?
Yes, that's the new Halloween movies, but I didn't direct it. I didn't choose it.
So were you a part of ending the franchise in Savannah?
Ending it? I did the music to the movies. That's what I did. That's it. I visited the set, exchanged insults with Jamie Lee.
Hello, Loomis.
Hello, Patty. Hi, John. My question is for working with the late, great Donald Pleasance, and you used in tons of film. I want to know what the thought process was in choosing him and what you learned working with him, and if you can share any of that insight with his talent and his life.
Well, he was an extraordinarily talented actor, and I had seen him growing up in a lot of great movies. I really wanted to work with him, and he was available for Halloween, so he taught me something about him on Halloween. The scene in the end when he's shot Michael Myers and Michael goes off the roof, and Loomis goes up to the window to look out, and he says, I can play this one of two ways. I can play it because the body's missing. He can play it, I can play it, I knew this was going to happen, or I can play it, oh my God. So I said, Donald, I don't know. Will you try both ways? And he did. Guess which way it worked?
Surprise.
What's that?
Surprise.
Oh, I knew this would happen. It was an absolute chill. So I had to learn something there. I don't know what, but I learned something. He was a fabulous guy. What he wanted me to do is, like any actor wants to be seduced into playing a role. And he didn't understand why I wanted him for the President of the United States and Escape from New York. Didn't understand that. So I had to write an essay for him to explain what he was going to do. So I referenced a movie he made for Roman Polanski called Cul-de-sac. You've probably never heard of that movie. I recommend it highly. And he was just a genius in that movie. So he said, okay.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Great one, brother. Hey, what's your name?
My name's Will.
Hey, Will, what's up?
My question concerns my favorite film of yours, which is They Live.
Huh?
It's my favorite film of all time. I recently got to see the 45th anniversary in theaters just a few months ago, as I told you the other day at your booth. And I was just wondering, there was some talk roughly, I want to say, 15 years ago or so now, about a potential remake of the film done by Matt Reeves, who's now famous for things like The Batman. Is that an idea that still interests you?
Not Matt Reeves.
Yeah.
Is that the guy who did the War of the Planet of the Apes movies? No.
Yeah.
He did, okay, yeah, that's true. He wrote a script on it. And, but they never went anywhere. And then, they couldn't get it made. Let me put it that way. And then there was a character who stirred the rights became an issue. And it went on and on. But now apparently it's all cleared up. And maybe we'll get something, I don't know. Who would you star in it?
Who would I star? That's a good
question. Who's the character?
I know somebody who very much would like to work with you. I was at his Q&A earlier, who I think could maybe be a great choice as a potential replacement for a sort of new version of Roddy Piper's character, and that's Vincent D'Onofrio.
Wonderful actor. I don't know. We'll see.
Stay tuned.
You never know.
Hey, what's your name?
Hey, my name is Zach. Hey.
Oh, yeah.
Quick question for you. You talked about, movies being kind of stressful sometimes. I'm sure one of the most stressful parts is maybe going out and promoting them and having to do talk shows and stuff. Could you maybe just explain a little bit, if it was stressful for you, what it was like promoting The Thing with E.T. coming out around the same time, and offering two completely different takes on aliens and their...
What was it like? Well, it was like going to be put into prison with this giant guy who wants to fuck me. I apologize to the sensitive members of the I'm a rough ass. I'm speaking. I'm sorry. I apologize.
Thank you.
Hey, what's your name?
Josh.
Hi, Josh.
I just want to say how much I really truly love The Thing. It's one of my all-time.
Well, thank you, man. I appreciate
movies.
that.
I love it, and I always wish you could have done a sequel to it, but it stands the test of time. It is a
You know,
wonderful.
I don't know if you guys know, but when that movie came out, it was hated. But by the fans. Critics, the fans hated it. They somehow thought I had raped the Madonna, the original movie, the Hawks picture. They thought I had done something so awful. It was unbelievable. I lost a job because of it. I lost a movie I wanted to do. I was out in the wilderness. And that was a pretty tough time. And so I had a guy who wanted to make a movie with me. We came back with Christine and went on. But, oh man, let me tell you something. If The Thing had not been so hated, my career would be so different right now. It would be. And I'm sorry to go off on that tangent. I don't even remember what the original question was now.
How much I loved it.
Oh, well, thank you. Thank you. See, that's much more fun. Good.
Hey, what's your name?
My name is Jake. I'm a high school teacher, and I teach a film elective. And we're about to watch one of your favorite movies, Rio Bravo.
Oh, yeah, baby.
And I was just wondering, these are going to be high school students. What do you think I should tell them about why that's such a great movie?
Well, explain the history of it, what it was about. It was a reaction to High Noon. You know the movie High Noon?
Yes. Yeah.
That's a big left-wing film. And Howard Hawks was one of the great original action directors. He and Wayne were friends, and they wanted to do something that was a reaction to High Noon. So Hawks said Gary Cooper wouldn't run around to the townspeople begging for help. And his Quaker wife saves him. He said that wouldn't happen. Gary Cooper is a professional. He would not do that. And there's a whole other tactic that these guys use. So Wayne and his bunch are professionals. And that's what Hawks wanted to make a movie about. He made movies about pros, professionals. So that's what you can explain to them. And you can actually find it, read a couple of books on this. It's more better explained than I'm doing it. And Hawks was just influenced by, he had been in Europe since he made Land of the Pharaohs, which was this big, giant, bloated epic that failed. He came back to Hollywood and he saw that, television was happening and they were doing a lot of Western stories on TV, and that inspired him. And so that's how he went about it. Ricky Nelson, of all people, was in it playing a straight part. It's unbelievable. But there's nothing like it. There's just nothing like it. They don't make movies like that anymore, man. It's long gone.
Thank you so much, and thank you for being an educator. A round of applause for that.
Right here, right now.
Hey, what's your name?
Hey, my name is Ty.
What you got?
Let me just say, real honor to be kind of in your presence, like the master of horror and like everything like that. My question is, made forays into genres that typically aren't associated with your work, like sci-fi space, like Dark Star, or action, like Big Trouble in Little China. Were there any ideas that never came to fruition because they were in a genre kind of outside your usual, kind of like fake heist movie, or like a murder mystery?
Well, maybe, yeah, sure. You know, I just lost a job recently. Scored this movie called Death of a Unicorn. And we had this great score. And the company, the releasing company, in their wisdom said, you know, we want to get a broader audience. And Carpenter is associated with horror films. So they got an orchestral composer and fired me. Yeah. But I got the money and I got the score, so I'm going to release it, damn thing, on a record company.
Hi, what's your name?
Hi, my name is Zuzu, spelled Z-U-Z-U, like Zuzu from It's a Wonderful Life.
Yeah.
I wanted to ask, as somebody who has been in modeling and acting classes and left for a brief period, and now that I want to possibly get back into modeling and acting, possibly more so acting since I don't have a lot of height. What's some advice you can give for the new generations of actors and actresses, of like do's and don'ts in the film industry?
What's your driving engine as an actress? Where does your acting come from? Does it come from emotion?
Method.
Method. Your method.
I know that's a little controversial, especially
Not at all.
women going into.
What you're doing is you're taking it apart and you're connecting it to your own emotions personally. So if you have to cry in a scene, you're remembering something sad that gets you to cry. I think that's great.
Thank you.
You just got to go. You got to find your passion. And what the do's are: dig down deep in yourself and find out what moves you as a person.
Thank you.
And there's a lot to it, though. You have to dress up, and you have to seduce the men in the casting audience. Every single one of them. And they'll hire you. That's the way the business works. They pretend to be interested in your talent. Well, they are, but not that kind of a talent. Oh. Seriously.
So you gotta act like you're interested in
Well, you don't. No. Just be a little sexy. That's all. You can do it. You can do it. You're great looking, so don't worry about it. Go to it. And I expect to see you in the movies in the next couple of years.
Right.
Go, girl. Go.
Hey, what's your name?
Hi, my name is Albert.
Hey.
I'm a music educator, and I wanted to ask about your musical background. Like, what you play or study that made you feel like I can compose my film scores?
Well, my dad was a music professor. He had a PhD in music from the Eastman School of Music. So I grew up with classical music playing. That was the soundtrack of my life. I was about 8 years old. My dad decided I needed violin lessons. The only problem was I had no talent. So it was horrible. And then he decided, well, we'll move you over to piano. And then finally he gave up on me. And I just didn't have any discipline. However, what I had was an ear. And then I discovered the Beatles, and the rest is history. I love movie music. I love all music. I think music is the greatest art form. It differentiates us from animals. It makes us last forever. And I just reached down inside to some well of talent, or whatever it came from. I don't question it, and I just bring it out. In terms of the students, I don't know, you have to try to motivate them. get their passion going. It's all about passion. Get their passion going. What do they want to make music about? What kind of music? And they go from there.
Great. Thank you. Wonderful question. And again, round of applause for another educator.
Got it.
Hi, what's your name?
Hi, I'm Kate. Hi, Mr. Carpenter.
How you doing?
I'm a big fan. I know you like Sonic the Hedgehog, so I was wondering if you would ever direct a Sonic the Hedgehog movie.
Come on now, come on now. I like the games. The movies suck. I mean, the Sonic the Hedgehog was the first video game that I started to play, and I didn't realize you had to have a memory chip to go on, so I kept repeating over and over again, but it made me better. That's how I learned, so anyway, thank you.
Thank you. Hey, what's your name?
My name is Noah. I was just wondering, what do you think of David Lynch's movies?
What do I think of them? Well, David's was a surrealist and a sweet man, really nice guy. We got to know each other at Universal when we were over there. He was making Dune, the first version of it, and I was doing The Thing. I never understood the story of Dune. I don't get it. Big sandworms, is that it? And everybody's name has changed or something? Zendaya was in the last one, and that is the only reason to watch it, of course. But Dave, what do I think of David's movies? Well, what was that one where the girls trade places? Mulholland Drive?
Mulholland Drive, yeah.
That reminds me of a Louis Manuel film called what was it? It was Passion or something. And it was where two actresses play the same part. And, he's a surrealist. And some of what David does is brilliant. Is brilliant. I really like him.
Great one, thank you.
You got it.
Hi, what's your name?
My name's Michelle.
Hi, Michelle.
Hi. So you're pretty well known for wanting to subvert expectations in your filmmaking.
Uh-huh.
One of the biggest examples is probably Vampires, which is my favorite movie.
Oh, thank you. You're in a class of 2 or 3.
I know with any studio film, and especially since you weren't the first director attached to it, there's a lot of politics when it comes to casting. How did you feel about the cast that you were able to finalize and the movie that you were able to make?
Well, we made the best movie we could. That was with James Woods. Ladies and gentlemen, James Woods. He's a handful. And, but he's a good actor. And his ad-libs are incredible. And I stopped being hired a lot by studios because I just wouldn't do what they said. I did my own movies. So anyway, I don't quite know how to respond to that except thank you for liking that movie. I appreciate it.
Thank you so very much. So, John, anything coming up on the docket you're allowed to share with us? Any future projects?
Music. We're doing a residency this fall. Can't wait to get back home to start playing this Fallout 76 again. Yeah. Basketball finals are coming up. Go Golden State.
Yeah!
Yeah, thank you. I don't think we'll get anywhere this year, but that's all right. And everybody's leaving now, so it seems like a good time for me to bid you all adieu. Thank you. Thank you.
All right, one more thing now before we go.